Hi, this is Chris with Tela-grow. If you want some beautiful crepe myrtles like these, stick with me on my channel where I show you how to grow magnificent crepe myrtles from start to finish in your garden plot or your landscape. I've got crepe myrtles all over my landscape. This is just a backyard where I've got some vegetable garden going, but I've got them around the outskirts of the vegetable garden. Look at that one there. That's a young one that I've been growing and training. Look at the stalk. Look at the pruning system that I've been doing on that one. Let me get in a little closer there. You see that? I've been training that as a single system all the way up to a multi-system like that, and then boom, boom, boom. You see? That is crepe myrtle action right there. Like, it reminds me of like some firecrackers when they're popping out, pow, pow, pow. You know, different colors, a different array of colors. I've got some mature ones, young ones. These back here doesn't have a bloom because they're so young. I've been training these here for just about a year. They're young. I've got to stake them along the fence where they can grow more erect. But if you want to grow, I've got crepe myrtles across the way here. These are all young back here in the back. Look at these here. I want to give a short video on how I can help you grow crepe myrtles and train them to where you'll have beautiful bark and grow systems. You know, the way the pattern grows in the bark. Some of these back here didn't get as much sun because I had some ones in front of them that was blocking out all the sun. But look at the skin on those. They're beautiful. There's no infections. There's no what do you call it, scale damage. And I've been training these for years, and I've cut those back at the same time I cut all of these back here. Look at these beautiful crepe myrtles. They've been advertising the black diamond, the new one. I like the there's like 200 or something or more varieties of crepe myrtles now. It's probably getting more. Look at that. I mean, they're this is a real sunny location, and everything grows very tall here. I've chopped those back to about right down to at the top of this screen here, and this 2 years later they're already back up that high, and they were higher than that with a bigger system. I cleaned them up. Look how beautiful those crepe myrtles are. I made another video on cleaning up the skin, the bark on these crepe myrtles. You don't want to leave that bark on there, but look how beautiful the skin is on that. And these are kind of shading themselves. They're protecting their own selves because of how I trained them to grow to produce their own shade for their bark. You know how they paint trees, because sun skulls the bark at the lower half of the fruit trees and stuff like that. Same thing for all trees. The bark, this delicate bark is very delicate, and you don't want it just baking in the sun as much as it, you know, less as you can. I've been made another video on how to remove all this bark. Sometimes you'll miss some pieces, but like right here, you pull that off and remove all the bark off your crepe myrtles all around your property. You have to do that. This is very necessary. See that? You don't want any infections to happen, and clean the pits of your crepe myrtles. No dirt, no soil, no junk, no insects, no nothing in the pits, no water either. You don't want any water in there. Just clean as much as you can off your crepe myrtle, and you can come back later and get when it dries out a little bit more to peel it off. It needs your assistance. But look at how beautiful the bark is on these crepe myrtles that I've been training them for years. I've been training these crepe myrtles for years, and you can have beautiful crepe myrtles too if you follow these little procedures and tips. Just clean all of this stuff off, because that's where insects live, underneath all of that dead skin. See all of that? There's some left over here that I got to clean up that didn't have any insects in it, so I didn't mind leaving it for a while. My trees are clean, and I want to show you, Chris with Tela-grow, show you how to keep some clean trees around your property where they're not infested or harmed. This is not the only step I do. I do several more steps. that are not so labor intensive at all. Very easy, very low maintenance. I do a low maintenance garden, but I wanted to show you my crepe myrtles and how the bark is on them for after so many years of training. You see that? All that pruning, very uniform. Everything gets good airflow, good sunlight. And that way you have a beautiful yard with not so much trees had taken over. Look at this one. It's got a nice spread. But I've got crepe myrtles all over the place. Look at that. You see that? So crepe myrtles are an excellent addition to the garden or landscape. You don't want to plant them too close to your vegetable garden because they do take a lot of nutrients, and they'll strip your nutrients from your garden space. But look at that, how they bloom right now. I had to get a video of this right now because, you know, not all year round are they doing this, but mine lasts for about 5 months and then they start to fizzle out. But this is the beginning. About close to July is when your crepe myrtles will start to pop. But I like to put an array of them. That's what I want to show you. You know, just not one here and there and there and here. Look at that. I've got a mixture of crepe myrtles right there with different colors. And I'm gonna put some lime on this, on some of them to see if it'll change the colors, like you can do with some hydrangeas. And you know, I'm just not, sometimes I don't like to use a lot of chemicals and stuff like that, so I don't want to cause any harm. Everything's been growing naturally out here with just nothing but love for your garden, you know, the rain and watering, some additional watering, and just love. And these crepe myrtles have been growing for years out here, come off the side of the road. I rehabbed these trees in the ground off the side of the road that people threw out onto the curbside, like they do a lot of plants at the end of this Christmas season and stuff. Mums, I've got a lot of mums. We'll do a video on the mums. And everything in my yard and garden, besides the seeds that I grow from seeds in my garden, everything in my landscape, I didn't buy all these thousands of dollars worth of stuff. I've picked them up off the side of the road. I'm not encouraging you to be a hoarder, but I guess I'm a plant kind of hoarder. And I pick up some good lumber too. So, but anyways, this is Chris with Tela-grow, where I'll tell you everything I know about having a beautiful garden, whether it's a salvage garden or whatever, or what do you call it, a hoarder garden. If you want to call this a hoarder garden because it's not so prim and proper and stuff like that, that's fine. But as much produce as I get and enjoyment from my landscape, I come out in the mornings, there's hummingbirds all over the place I don't have any hummingbird feeders anywhere. There ain't nothing. I need to put some little hanging baskets or something to make it nicer around here. But the hummingbirds been coming around here just because of the beauty of this whole place. The beauty of the landscape with the trees and stuff. But I've been working pretty hard to make it nice. And I take my cuttings from those crepe myrtles and make more to make crepe myrtles all over the place. I'm gonna do a video on these white ones here. I like those probably the best because they canopy. The other ones kind of grow more erect like that, but the white ones, they canopy and they got a more of a big afro type growth where it kind of spreads out, you know, kind of like my hair. It jumps out. It kind of like waves out, you know, kind of like if you like stuff to dangle over and hang over, see how it's hanging over more than these are. Those grow more erect. I guess this is a stiffer stick. The lumber on that tree is stronger, more stronger than the lumber on this one or something. And then these purple ones, they're also grow like the white ones. But the white ones, I've always known how they got a more of a canopy growth. Perfect. All the rest of them, if you hadn't been training them, you might get whatever. But I've been training mine so they all look good. But the purple ones and the white ones got more of a canopy style growth which cascades. That's the word I'm looking for. If you like stuff to cascade, like a hanging basket, something cascading over the basket where it hides the basket, that's what these do at a higher height than these. These grow more erect, you know, more, and these right here kind of dangle over and cascade. Well, that's Chris with Tela-grow. I tell you everything I know about what I know. I mean, I'm not a scientist or a botanist, but I'll tell you what I've got in my garden and stuff that I've learned along the way to have you a nice, beautiful garden, successful garden, so you don't spend too much time. But look at the bark in the background. You know, it's just nice to see through the bark that's got character and design. But I'll keep you updated on everything. And you can make more of these, updated on clones, how I make more of these from clones and cuttings, like they do at some of the nurseries. You can do it yourself. If you listen, subscribe with Chris with Tela-grow, check with me. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.